Good morning, transition grade. Welcome back to one more of English class session. Today we're going to be doing an exercise of listening and understanding, and of course writing down some ideas in order to complete a story map. So you guys remember we have been doing this exercise with other stories, and what I need to do today is your English notebook. Please bring your English notebook and ask mommy or daddy to help you complete this template in your notebook. This is the story map template, and it has setting, characters, beginning, middle, and end. This template, daddy and mom can find it in the email. You can see it. So please, while we watch a story here, you guys can help me out drawing this for kids, and we are going to complete this story map today, taking into account the story that we have for today that is called The Ugly Duckling. So while kids are watching the video with Miss Angelita, mom and dad can help us putting this in the notebooks, okay? Don't forget, I'm going to make a close-up so you can see. Setting, characters, beginning, middle, and end. The idea is that we can fill this out today, right now, in this moment, while the class is on, okay? So let's start by saying that The Ugly Duckling is a very classic story and is about a little duck. Baby ducks are called ducklings. Repeat the word duckling. Duckling. Okay, so this little duck was not nice. It was not beautiful. The opposite word of beautiful is ugly. Repeat ugly. Ugly. He was a little bit ugly, but we need to know why. So we're going to watch the story. Maybe Miss Angelita is going to stop the story at a point so you can, I can explain something to you. But the idea is that you listen first and then we complete this information, okay? So let's start.
The ugly duckling. The little duckling was very sad because he thought he was the ugliest amongst all his brothers and sisters. They would not play with him, and
Okay, so I'm gonna stop it for a minute because this is the ugly duckling, and they were his brothers. Let's count how many brothers. 1, 2, and 3 brothers. What color were the duckling brothers? Can you say it? They were yellow. And what color was the ugly duckling? Look, he was gray, and he was not happy. He was sad because he was not like his brothers. Keep going.
teased the poor ugly duckling. One day he saw his reflection in the water and cried, "Nobody likes me. I am so ugly."
Aw, poor little duck. He went to drink water, and in his reflection he could see that he was different. The duckling was different from the brothers, and he was very sad. He thought nobody's gonna love me, but he was mistaken. Let's continue.
He decided to leave home and went far away into the woods. Deep in the forest, he saw a cottage in which there lived an old woman, her hen, and her cat. The duck.
Okay, here we have a special details of the story. Remember that the ugly duckling was so sad that he decided to go far away. Remember what the word far means? Far, lejos. And here you can see the setting of the story. He was on the forest and he left. and he found a little cottage that is like a house in the woods, and there it lived the grandma, hen, and the cat. Let's see. Remember the characters, guys, please.
Duckling stayed with them for some time, but he was unhappy there and soon left. When winter set in, the poor duckling almost froze to death. A peasant took him home to his wife and children.
Okay, so in this part of the story, the ugly duckling lived with grandma, the cat, and the hen for a little while, but then he left, and when it was cold in the winter, he felt very lonely, and some people helped him and get him to live with them. Let's see what happened here.
The poor duckling was terrified of the children and escaped. The ugly duckling spent the winter in a marshy pond. Finally,
Okay, so the ugly duckling was afraid of the kids. The kids in that house, they were really mean, and he decided to leave, and he spent the winter by himself alone. So one day he decided to come back to the place where he was born. And look,
spring arrived. One day, the duckling saw a beautiful swan swimming in the pond and fell in love with her. But then he remembered how everyone made fun of him, and he bent his head down in shame. When he saw his own reflection in the water, he was astonished. He was not an ugly duckling anymore.
wow, look what happened here in the last part of the story. The ugly duckling finally came back to his home, and then he saw there swimming a beautiful swan that was there, and then he thought, oh, what a beautiful duck. And when he saw his reflection in the water, guess what he saw? It was he, but he was not an ugly duckling anymore. Now he was a beautiful swan, un hermoso cisne. Ya no era un patito feo.
But a handsome young swan. Now he knew why he looked so different from his brothers and sisters. They were ducklings, but I was a baby swan, he said to himself. He married the beautiful swan and lived happily ever after. The end.
Okay, beautiful story. Well, at the end, he found out that he was a different species. He was a swan, nor a duck. So, we are going to go to the next step, that is writing the information. Now let's think about the setting of the story. I'm going to give you a clue. I'm going to try to find exactly the part where you can see where this story happens. Well, it happens in two places actually. If you look here, what is this? This is a forest, so we can write one of the settings is a forest. But also tell me, what is the name of the place that is the duck swim? What is that place? Do you know? That place is a, look, this is a lake. So we're going to write forest and lake because those are the places where the story happened. Forest and lake. Now let's go to the characters. So think about the characters. Tell me. Well, we have the ugly duckling. We're going to write down ugly duckling. Ugly duckling. Oh, I remembered. I'm gonna show you, you tell me. Here, who are them? They're brothers. So we're going to write brothers. Remember? And we are going also to write one of the characters are also this old lady, the cat, and the hen. Even though they didn't participate that much in the story, we can write them as characters too. So I'm going to write down grandma, cat, hen. Okay, so that will be your characters list. Ugly duckling, brothers, grandma, and hen. Don't worry, anyways, I'm going to take a picture of this and I'm going to send it to you, okay? Now let's think about the beginning of the story. At the beginning of the story, look, the ugly duckling was what? Tell me. You can say it at home. The ugly duckling was sad. So we're going to write the ugly duckling was sad. The ugly duckling was sad. And then in the middle of the story, he went for an adventure and look what he did. What did he do? He left from home. He decided to go away, to go far away. So we're going to write down as our middle. The ugly duckling left home. Look, the ugly duckling left home. And the last part, at the end, after he passed through many adventures, at the end, I think is this part, he found out that he was a swan and that he was not ugly anymore. So the ugly duckling found out that he was a swan. The ugly duckling found out that he was a swan. Okay, so basically that's the information we're going to write here. So Miss Angelita is going to take a picture of this and I'm going to send you the link so you can watch it again at home with mommy and daddy, and you can complete this information if you didn't have the time to do it right now. Okay guys, so see you in our next class. Thank you so much for being here, for listening to me, and see you. Bye bye.